Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the March 18th meeting of the Revenue Subcommittee. We have three bills to consider today, just to knock stuff out of the way. Let's start with HB 1250. So as introduced, HB 1250 would have created a solar investment tax credit, but also a task force to study solar incentives. We have some amendments to strike the credit, but make sure that task force continues. The amendments also, I believe, cut the legislative members out of the task force, given that it's an election year and legislators are going to be busy doing other things. So is that, Georgia, that's all that's in the amendments, is those two pieces?
It cuts the legislative members, designates the director of MEA as the chair, and place those two members. Adds several additional members based on the amendments that were suggested in written testimony. And lastly, modifies the scope and the duration of the task force to step it up so that the task force will begin its work and deliver its report by December of 2023.
Okay. So I'll move those amendments.
Second.
Any discussion on the amendments? All those in favor of the amendments, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? On the bill as amended, is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, HB 1250 is recommended favorable. Let's turn, and we may interrupt 478 once a little bit in to do the other bill, but let's go ahead and turn back to 478. So yesterday we had discussed 478, the enterprise zone bill, in detail. We had some amendments which made some adjustments to the bill, but then we had this issue arise related to the termination, the sunset of the program for periodic review. And I believe George has been working with Commerce to come up with language. So George, can you describe that language that resulted from those conversations?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In response, working with Commerce, we're adding amending 5-707D2 of the Economic Development article to specify that a business entity that locates in an enterprise zone before the termination date of the subtitle provided under 5.710 remains eligible for the benefits available to a business entity under this section, that is 5-707, provided that the business entity meets the requirements and conditions of the code section applicable to that benefit.
Delegate Pelagovich-Carr, are you comfortable with that version?
I still think it's a little bit broad, but in the interest of time, I'm okay with moving ahead with it. I'll just say, for the record, the intent here is not to provide new benefits, it's to maintain the status quo and to just clean up the existing grandfathering language that was in statute. So the intention is that businesses, need to be in the enterprise zone. They should be applying before the sunset date if this program ever sunsets. I'm just a little bit worried that if we were ever in a situation where this program did sunset, that a business might still try to claim new credits after the fact. But again, that is not the intention with this. But I think for now, and since we're not facing a sunset anytime soon or possibly ever, okay to go ahead with it.
I just had some concerns because I just got an email from our EDC in Prince George's County who has some concerns in regards to this bill. And unfortunately, I just got it. I haven't had a chance to look at their concerns to make sure that we're on the right track. Can we circle back to this bill later on today? Will that hold us up?
George, do you know if the chair is planning to do another voting session today?
I'm not exactly sure. We do have a robust full committee vote list for this morning at 9 o'clock. And so to the degree that we're unable to complete the entirety of that vote list, there might be a second voting session, but I have not discussed any of those matters with her.
Okay.
I thought she said there's a second one, but I just need to take a look at this to make sure that we're moving in the right direction, because I know there are some amendments that I just need to share with them.
Okay. All right. Mel,
Hey, Daryl,
Yes,
could you send me that also?
yeah,
Thank you. You never sent that to me.
okay, so here's the deal. I'm willing to hold the bill till between the two sessions today and talk to the chair to make sure there's a second voting session. But I can't move the bill much beyond that without endangering its passage. So,
I appreciate that.
yeah. All right. So we'll hold on to that bill till between the two voting sessions today. And finally, HB 497, Vehicle Excise Tax Active Duty Military Exemption. Stan, do we have amendments on this bill?
No amendments, no.
Okay. And a relatively small fiscal note. Delegate Palakovich-Carr?
I recall from the bill hearing that Mako had some concerns. I think there were some differences of opinion about what the actual impact was to local governments. Do we have any insight into where Mako is at this point? Stan?
I'm just looking at the file right now. I'm not aware of anything new since the hearing, and I'm just looking at the file to see if I can locate Mako testimony. I don't actually have any testimony from Mako in the file, and I'm just looking at the witness list. And they did not testify and did not submit any testimony either.
I'm thinking of a different bill. It might
Yeah,
be.
the only testimony in the on this bill that I see is the Vehicle Titling Association, the Military Coalition, the Army Alliance. So,
Okay, I must be misremembering. Sorry.
yeah, no worry. Is there any other questions or discussion on this bill? All right, did you want to move the bill, Delegate Buckle?
It's a good bill, whatever bill it is. I think it's my bill. Move favorable.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Stan, we're gonna have Buckle be floor leader on that bill if we get any questions, so.
Good to know.
Delegate Palakovich-Carr?
Okay, now I'm remembering which bill this is. I'm very sorry, Delegate Buckle. You're right. This is not the bill I was thinking of. Mako did not have any concerns, for the record, for all the people watching. This is a good bill.
All two of them.
Yes.
All the
Everyone
people
who's up with us
watching.
bright and early Friday morning wanting to dig into tax policy. Yes.
Look, we appreciate our viewers, our loyal viewers, so. That's all we have on the list today. We are now going to have another subcommittee meeting between sessions to hopefully finally finish with this enterprise zone bill. And then we will hopefully be done. Never say never. Every year I say we're going to be done, and then we end up having another meeting after the one I say where we're done. But hopefully, fingers crossed, this time I'm actually right. So thank you everyone for joining us.